This kind of legislation is not new to Tennessee. In fact, in 2016, this body passed K-12, gave K-12 schools in distressed counties the ability to carry guns, teachers and faculty to be able to carry concealed weapons in their schools, and have done for the last 7 years without any incident. As a parent of a public school kid, my kids are grown now. One of the biggest questions that people ask me all the time, they ask you, I'm certain, have you done everything you can possibly do to make our schools safe across the state? I believe that this is a method by which we can do that, because what you're doing is you're creating a deterrent. Across our state, we have had challenges as it relates to shootings all across the state. We know, some of us know, that sometimes somebody will go to place A to shoot up a school or do something negative, and they end up going somewhere else because they're deterrent.
You really are demonstrating that you don't understand what goes on in a school. Schools, I hear so often up here that schools are failing. This legislature is failing our schools. They are failing our teachers. They are failing our kids who stood outside here and begged for us to take care of them. And this is even more dangerous than doing nothing. We need to stop the guns before they get to the school. They should never get to the schoolhouse door. You all want to bring the gun battle into the classroom. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. No disrespect to anyone. I just can't stand up. A little scooter accident. Okay. I guess I have a lot of things to think about here as someone who was actually in a classroom for 27 years and understand what the day's like, what happens, what goes on. Teachers are already doing 4 jobs, and they're paid poorly for one. They're a teacher, they're a nurse, they're a social worker, and they're a counselor. And now we're saying, take on another job, be school security. But we're going to continue to pay you less than you made 10 years ago. First of all, I cannot believe folks are even considering this. And then you're saying, well, take your pistol up against an AR-15 and multiple other weapons. Again, you were asking the ridiculous. Vast majority of teachers and parents do not want this legislation. Absolutely do not want it. You do understand there were 2 staff members at Covenant who were armed to be security, to act as security. Don't forget that. And don't compare us to higher ed. Higher ed is not mandatory, but K-12 is mandatory. It is not the same thing. If you're going to compare these 2 places, you really are demonstrating that you don't understand what goes on in a school. Heard one of your members today believe that people who were dangerous should not get access to weapons. At the same time, he was running a bill to get rid of red flag laws. Outrageous. Let's start making sense here. This is unbelievable. This is something that the people overwhelmingly don't want. It is something that we have seen problems with. You talked about other states have passed it. Let's talk about that. Ingram Middle School, a school resource officer left a firearm unattended in the bathroom where it was found by a student. Pleasant Grove Independent School, a school district employee's firearm fell out of his holster onto a school bus seat. The firearm was later found by a student. Whitney Middle School, a teacher left her gun unattended in a teacher's workroom. The teacher served as school guardian and was authorized to have a gun on campus. Sims Academy of Innovation and Technology. A student found a gun and bullets inside an unattended purse on a school bus. Officers determined the purse belonged to a school bus driver employed by the school district. A vice principal left her gun unattended in a restroom on campus. The vice principal served as a school guardian and was authorized to have a gun on campus. A teacher was arrested for bringing a gun to school and keeping it in her bag. A substitute teacher was arrested after telling another staff member that he had a gun in his briefcase. The district transportation director left her pistol in a small unlocked plastic case near her desk when she went to the restroom. 2 first graders who were left alone in the office accessed the gun. A school counselor was arrested after having sexual contact with a teen. In the process of her arrest, a loaded handgun was found in her purse. A gun was found in an unattended bag in the media center of a high school. The bag belonged to an employee of the school. A school resource officer and retired police officer left an unloaded, holstered weapon on the counter of the bathroom. You all, there are dozens of these. This is a horrible idea. You were warned.
We are voting. All those in favor of Senate Bill 1325 as amended, vote aye when the bell rings. Those opposed, vote no. As every member voted, does any member wish to change their vote? Mr. Clerk, please take the vote.
Aye, 68, 28 nays, 2 present, not voting.
Senate Bill 1325, having received a constitutional majority, I declare it passed without objection. The motion to reconsider is tabled.